Welcome back to AskAPop. Today we're talking about It's a Beautiful Day. Just trust him. I used to watch Mr. Rogers on TV, and I always thought he looked and acted a whole lot like my papa. Now, what in tarnation does that have to do with this post? Well, just stick around and you'll see. As I was walking with Little Bit today, I was singing in one of my favorite tunes. I bet you can guess what it was, considering how the opening of this message and the fact that we were walking around our neighborhood when I noticed the sky was a beautiful overcast. And as we got a little bit closer to the lake, our neighbor's majestic sycamore tree was leafless. And then as I looked down to the lake, and the beautiful grass that goes down into the lake was dormant. Nonetheless, the neighborhood was no less beautiful because I noticed that there was a falcon sitting up on a sturdy branch of that sycamore tree, and the overcast skies meant that it wasn't nearly as cold as it could have been because that overcast provided a cover, so the chilly January air wasn't nearly as chilly as it could have been, and that dormant grass was holding the soil in place, so come spring we're going to have luscious grass all over again. So Little Bit and I sang, laughed, ran, and had just as much fun in the neighborhood as we would have had in the springtime or the summertime, because we really know and we've learned that seeing isn't believing, but believing is seeing. Because really, once you have Christ in your heart, you see Him everywhere, and you learn that you have a counselor, that you can see something that maybe looks a little bit sideways. You can stop and ask Him how that is good and positive, and He's going to tell you how the clouds in the sky are a good thing, or how the trees not having leaves on them are a good thing. Spoiler alert, that's called praying. It works for small stuff and the big stuff. Quick aside here, when I got really, really sick a couple years ago, I did exactly that. I was laying flat on my back. I looked up and said, "Okay, Christ, you got me right where you got my attention. How can I serve you?" And that's where the Round to It ministry was formed. So whether you want to take Mr. Rogers' word for it, whether you want to take Joseph's word for it when he was in prison, whether you want to take Paul's word for it, or whether you want to take my word for it, or for those of you that were really lucky enough to have known him, take my papa's word for it. There's nothing, whatever this world has to throw at us, there's nothing that means nothing as long as we've got God on our side. Just a thought from a guy that's going to make another speedy delivery, if you know what you know. Anyway, the Bible verse today is Isaiah 55, 1 through 11, and 2 Corinthians, the whole chapter 4, if you got time to do it. As far as questions, when you see things that don't go your way, how do you handle them? How do you turn them around? Do you turn to prayer? And if not, would you give it a try? God bless you. Have a great day in your neighborhood.